Alpina D4S Gran Coupe review. Famed BMW tuners' diesel take on the latest 4 Series could represent the zenith of the executive cruiser introduction. Germany's classic executive saloon has hit something of a zenith with this extra special version of the BMW 4 Series Gran Coupe. The BMW Alpina D4S Gran Coupe has a super rare combination of static, dynamic, rational and subjective qualities, the likes of which you only find in cars built for uncompromising speed, efficiency, luxury, desirability, and driver appeal. Cars that just don't take no for an answer. The D4S seems, to me at least, like the manifestation of so many things that the European luxury car industry has worked tirelessly in pursuit of and made countless marginal gains on over the past half-century. It's fast and frugal, effortless and opulent, refined and exclusive, enticing to travel in, and engaging to drive. But above all else, it's a sensational long-distance car. And in another 15 or 20 years, when we may very well be defaulting to high-speed trains, when we have more than 100 miles to travel, will we even remember that it's like ever existed, I wonder? Will we know what we've lost? The electric car may be good at lots of things, but I don't suppose it will ever decimate distance with the supreme ease of a D4S. The past couple of years for celebrated, but no longer independent, BMW tuner Alpina have been mostly about its respective takes on the G20 and G21 generations of the 3 Series, but it announced its 6-cylinder petrol and diesel takes on the current G26 generation for Series 4-door Grand Tourer in spring 2022, and now both are around in the UK in right-hand drive form. The B4 uses the 3.0-liter turbocharged petrol straight 6 that you will also find in the latest B3 Saloon and B3 Touring, while the D4S we're testing here adopts the 3.0-liter twin-turbocharged diesel straight 6 from the equivalent D3S. Thanks to Alpina's usual underbonnet fettling and boosted cooling measures, it produces 350 brake horsepower, a 10% boost on what you would get in the BMW M440d, although that doesn't come as a 4-door, and 538 pounds-ft of torque. Torque vectoring X-Drive 4-wheel drive is standard, ditto an 8-speed automatic gearbox, and Alpina offers its own suspension and steering tuning, and its own lavish interior specification, of course. Fast diesels were doing big business for Alpina in Britain only a few years ago, so the Dieselgate fallout must have been a significant factor in the firm's decision-making process when it finally sold control to the BMW mothership. For a small outfit like this, simply not knowing which engines to invest in must have been suffocating. Take the wrong risk and the family business is in dire straits. Well, they did all right to invest in this one. Fashionable or not, the D4S's Diesel 6 is commendably smooth and quiet, with that wonderful tidal surge of accessible torque right under your toe. It's nice to listen to, it keeps revving beyond 4,000 RPM when you need it to, and it makes for a near 2-ton BMW with abundant real-world pace. And yet the greatest recognition I can pay to this monumental powertrain is to note that, at a UK typical 65 to 75 miles per hour motorway cruising speed, it will return 53 miles per gallon, and cover 650 miles on its 59-liter tank. This is a 168 miles per hour car, let's not forget, capable of 62 miles per hour from rest in less than 5.0 seconds. At faster German Autobahn cruising speeds of 120 to 140 miles per hour, it's reasonable to imagine that it would still do 35 miles per gallon and give you 400 miles between refills, at speeds at which an equivalent petrol performance saloon might only be doing 20 miles per gallon, and an EV, pretty much any EV, really, would drain its battery flat inside of 80 miles. The D4S's suspension and steering tuning make it ideally comfortable and secure and quiet riding, too, at a fast cruise, but also balanced and rewarding during more enthusiastic moments. You get just a hint of its weight and its touring agenda on cross-country roads with bigger vertical inputs. But for steering feedback, turn-in incisiveness, and outright handling balance, Alpina's particular choices on wheel geometry, anti-roll bar specification, and fitted tire come together beautifully. The D4S has enticing tactile feedback and tangible cornering poise that elevate it significantly beyond the reach of any M-Sport BMW for driver appeal. If there's to be any justice about the way that electrification takes its axe to Europe's ICE luxury model ranks over the next few years, cars like this will be the last left standing. There won't be, of course, and who knows what Alpina's business will look like in another 5 years' time. But the D4S richly deserves to endure.